political discussion. There is a adage, there is a adage that if two friends they turn foe, there is a adage that if two friends they turn foe, they start talking anti to each other. This is what generally happens. If two friends they turn foe, foe means they are no more friend, they are enemy. Then they start talking negative about each other. But there is an adage that enmity is all right, but don't speak to an extent that if you become friend again, then you will feel ashamed of it. If two people are friends, then they talk positivity about each other. But if they become enemy, if they become foe, then there is a day that don't they start speaking negative to each other. This is general trend. But don't come to a level of negativity that if you become friend again, then you should not feel ashamed of it, what you had said. Okay, so friends are always friends. Anyway, now we are talking about US-India relationship. Today is 25th of the August in India, and day after tomorrow, I believe 27th of the August, within 2 days, now the next 25%, 50% tariff on Indian product entry into United States have been slabbed tariff of the products that is entering into United States from India. The 50% tariff has been slapped on them, and 25% tariff is in effect from the 7th of the August. Next 25% will come into the effect from the 27th of the August. One was 7th of the August, and next 25% 27th of the August. 27th of the August onward, full-fledged 50% tariff will be effective for the Indian products entering into the United States. That include the basmati rice or whatsoever that goes from India. These rice generally they are not being cultivated anywhere around the world. I believe somewhere Bangladesh, Thailand, they also get basmati rice. But primarily basmati rice is being cultivated in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, or I would rather say Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, where typically the very high quality rice are being cultivated. So rice that is entering or pulses, rice enters into US from Tamil Nadu also. Okay, so rice enter from US from the Jammu and Kashmir also. There also basmati rice is there. Anyway, but primarily very high quality rice. Typically, it is known from the Bihar one. Miss smelling rice, it will smell. Miss amazingly different. Anyone would feel different if he sees those kind of rice. But anyway, rice, pulses, whatever is entering into the US from the India, now that will be charged 50%. Jewelry, gems, that will be charged 50%. Any cloth, apparel, garments, that will be charged 50%. What is the problem now? Problem is rice is entering into US from Mexico also, called Mexican rice. And then out India also export auto part and other things. Now India is now going to get fierce competition from Mexico, Bangladesh and Vietnam. Means Vietnam and Bangladesh they export garments and apparel, and the Mexico if it comes to the Mexican rice whatsoever. Now, since the tariff for only India only is very high, there is no tariff announcement for the Mexico. More or less, it is still free trade agreement. Bangladesh, I don't know, but for Vietnam, it is 19%. Means the country who are eastern to India, now they will come into picture now because their tariff is low. Cambodia, Thailand. Now, as per the promise, Donald Trump had promised them that if they control the war, then there will be trade deal. Now both are having 19% tariff with the United States against 36% that was announced to them. Now all will enjoy now. Now Indian product, even though it is maybe of good quality, but they are under fierce competition now. This is the one thing. What is the friend turn foe and what is the statement, negative statement that we are talking now? There is one Mr. Honorable President we respect, Honorable President Mr. J.D. Vance, Honorable President of United States, Mr. J.D. Vance, he had said that 50% tariff on India is not actually on India. It is secondary tariff. This is secondary tariff on Russia. America has announced secondary tariff on Russia. Whoever will do trade with the Russia, he will get secondary tariff. And since India is doing trade with the Russia, so 25% extra tariff has been imposed. This would leverage. Leverage means you put in lever. Okay, lever means now it will accelerate. It will leverage the American and European Union control over the economy of Russia. This is what he is saying. Mr. J.D. Vance, we respect you, but you should complete your statement. When the tariff on India, 25% extra tariff on India, it will leverage that the grip of the United States on Russian economy. Then what about China is importing crude oil from Russia more than India? And European Union itself, they are importing natural gas from Russia more than India. $78 billion. India $68 billion. China is even more. There is no secondary tariff on them, only on India, and this will leverage the concept of American grip on the Russia. Anything vague statement this is. Anyway, people are understanding now. In Russia, and these are only after meeting Mr. Putin, Donald Trump has declared there won't be any extra tariff on any country who are doing trade with the Russia. Means he was very happy with the Putin when he came to talk to Mr. Donald Trump directly. Means none of the any country around the world they will have any punitive action doing trade with Russia. Only India. This exactly proves that somewhere they are not happy with the India. Russia is just one excuse. Why it is excuse? If 25% tariff is because of Russia, then first 25% tariff is because of whom? Pakistan tariff is 19%. Then India should have also have been in 19%. Then plus 25%. Means US is somehow it is running away from the India. This was what is, I believe so. This is what is anyone can understand that America is running away from India. Why it is running away from India? That is matter of concern. There are many laws to India, 50%. The Apple phone who had declared that they would invest in India, shifting its business from China. Now they will rather whatever 15% of the Apple phone they are being assembled in India, 80% are being assembled in China, 5% somewhere else. Now they were talking about all 80% to ship to India amid the Chinese export to US was 145% one time. Okay, now it is, I believe now it will be reverse fashion. 15% whatever is being assembled in India, now they will think about pushing it to China because China is 30% and it will go down only. It is not going to increase. They will see for 1 or 2 months or 6 month time frame. Then they will think about pushing this to the China only. Because India is going to have a severe loss as far as trade with America is concerned. 2024, India made $86 billion export to the America. India's net export America is 20% of it. We are not talking about software industry or electronic industry. Pure export. I believe so. This is what the data is. India-US relationship is very complex nowadays and India will suffer. That is for sure. Anyway, we will talk more on it. There is one Mr. Kanwal Sibal. Kanwal Sibal, he happened to be the form, foreign ministry secretary. Right now, Randhir Jaiswal, I believe he is the secretary of the foreign ministry. Mr. Kanwal Sibal, he used to be the secretary of the foreign ministry. Now he had made a statement. This is good for India on long run. India good for India because it will save India from the bullying nature of the Donald Trump. So today it is bad for India, but slowly it will. The way India is moving towards is autonomy. Autonomy means it will become autonomous, self-dependent. So it will help India to become self-independent. This is what Mr. Kanwal Sibal is saying. Okay, so it's good for India in long run. Okay, there is one Mr. Tenjin. Tenjin, I believe he is some reporter from the Bhutan. Now he is commenting all our war is going on Twitter X that India it will not help India in autonomy. Mr. Kanwal Sibal is saying that it will help India in multi-alignment also. Means India will get multi-aligned. Right now, India is only aligned to the United States. If it is breaking, if America has decided break relationship with India, it will help India to to get multi-aligned with many other countries. Why only United States? Okay, Mr. Ten Singh is saying multi-alignment or autonomy of India. It is not guaranteed when America has taken this step. Means it may not happen. This is what he is saying. What he is trying to say, probably what I understand is India motto is not moving toward the autonomy. India motto is not to move toward the multi-alignment. India motto has always been to gather benefit from anyone. Okay, autonomy means you have to stand on your own shoulder and think about benefiting anyone else. This is called autonomy. If I am autonomous, means first I'll help myself, then I shall help others. This is called autonomous. But India has never a mentality to stand on its own backbone and then help others. When mentality is missing, then how India would achieve like that? Okay, right now India is talking about autonomous home rule. I'm sorry, the vocal for local, but these are considered as the statements made by Indian Prime Minister or whatsoever in deep pain only. That's it. It is something like to show to the world that we are like this. But India's mentality has never been to save others, to help others. If you don't carry mentality to help others, you can never be autonomous. This is what Mr. Tenzing from Bhutan is saying. Just making a statement that India will become autonomous, you cannot become autonomous. You should have some mentality. Autonomy will come based upon some mentality. You should carry that mentality. Russia has that mentality. I don't know about China, but Russia has that mentality. United States had that mentality. France has that mentality. That's why these are permanent member of United Nations Security Council. I won't comment on United Kingdom also because United Kingdom does not carry very good image to India due to past reasons. But these countries, Italy carries the mentality to save people. Just see the problem of Gaza Strip. Indian Prime Minister is silent. This is the way you become autonomous. Indian Prime Minister, any minister is silent over Gaza Strip. Children are starving. At least in my personal life, in history, I have never read that any ruthless king or any ruthless emperor, they starved children to death. At least I have never read about it. Even Changiz Khan or whatsoever, they were known for very ruthless attackers, very ruthless destroyers. Changiz Khan. But nowhere it is written in history that he forced these many children to death for months. He never did that. If Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu are doing like this, then they will be remembered for ages. That is for sure. Anyway, where the India was, is it the sign of become autonomous? See the Italy from there one Hondala, I believe, Handala ship Italy sent through the Mediterranean Sea toward the Gaza Strip to save children there. 21 people were traveling, and many one were doctors. And then 100 kilometers prior to the entering the Gaza Strip, that ship was seized by the Israeli officials. Means they were it was okay for them if they lose their life also. This is called autonomous. Means you are autonomous. Means your mentality is to save the people. Anyway, let's proceed. Okay, these are the war that is going on the media. There is foreign minister of India called Mr. S. Jaishankar. He is foreign minister of India. He never commented on Gaza Strip or here and there, but now he is commenting. The comment is coming that United States is saying that India is not only buying the crude oil from the Russia at cheap prices. Means he is saying India is a poor country. That's why he is running behind the cheap oil and this. And this is what they are trying to say. Because India, indeed, it is a poor country. Why to remind anyone? Anyway, now the Donald Trump or anyone from US ministry, they are saying that why India is buying crude oil at the cheap price and then selling it to European Union, selling it back the refined oil. Okay, they are bringing crude oil, that is crude oil from Russia at cheap price, then refine it in Gujarat and then sell it to European Union country and even to the companies in United States at cheap prices or whatsoever. They have earned $16 billion because of these kind of transshipment. You can say something like that. Okay, now European Union countries and American countries, they should ask for the source of the refined oil if they are buying. Means if it is coming from India, then they should stop buying it. Mr. S. Jayasankar. Now he has very explicitly mentioned it to the Donald Trump or whosoever that if you do not buy to want to buy the refined oil from India, then why you are buying? If I mean if you don't want, I'm sorry, I would rephrase this. If you don't want any relationship with India, 50% tariff means you don't want relationship with India. Very straightforward. When other in Pakistan 19% and then Thailand, Cambodia, they are your friends. They are 19% and India served you. Indian people, they worked in American software company and here and there. And you became so rich. Now India become enemy and those countries, they become friend of you. Anyway, now he is saying that if you don't like India, then why you like Indian refined oil? If refined oil is going from Gujarat, entering into European Union and United States, why these countries are buying Indian refined oil? This proves that Indian refined oil of better quality or Russian crude oil itself is of better quality than UAE and Saudi Arabia. That's why these countries are buying. Don't buy it. If you don't like India, then don't buy it. This is what Mr. S. Jayasankar is saying. Anyway, I have one comment on Mr. S. Jayasankar. Okay, this is something called friend turned foe. You're saying negative about your friend. Who was your friend? And to Mr. J.D. Vance, Honorable Vice President of United States, Mr. J.D. Vance, it would leverage. Means if India is in pain, then it would leverage the strictness on Russia. Anything he is saying. Now, I have one thing to say, Mr. S. Jayasankar. I was actually searching about Mr. S. Jayasankar because he is very glorious foreign minister of India. He is foreign minister of India not since 2014. He is foreign minister of India only since 2019. Only for 6 years. He was in foreign ministry, I believe. He was secretary level or something like that. Then he became foreign minister without contesting any election. This is what I understand. For 6 years, he is foreign minister. And like Indian Prime Minister, he is also involved in running this country to that country. Means seldom he stay in this country. Okay. In 6 years, Mr. Foreign Minister of India, he has visited America 14 times. 1 4. He has visited foreign countries for 210 times. Can someone believe on this? In 6 years, in 72 months, a person has visited foreign country more than 210 times. Means three country he visit every in 1 month. Every week he is visiting country to country. This is foreign minister of India. Just think that how many times he would have visited European Union and United States. It is some things like they would be feeling that Indian foreign minister is something like their minister only. The way he was visiting. Means day and night he would be having breakfast and lunch with them only. Now when what happened to you? Means this is I am asking. You did not like them or they did not like you. Because if you come too close to someone, then you start identifying that person closely. Means it is also a adage in India that if there is a drum sound is coming, if it is very far, then it sounds very good, very good. But the drum sound, if drum beating the sound, it is near to you, then it feels very bad. If someone is very far from you, he looks very good. Looks like Mr. S. Jayasankar, an Indian Prime Minister, he roamed around too, he went too near to European Union and United States. Indian Prime Minister have visited 10 times to the United States. But if now the way these people are talking, Indian Foreign Minister, Indian Defense Minister, Indian Home Minister, Indian Prime Minister, as if that the vocal for local has been their agenda for the past 11 years only. Means always they talked about vocal for local. But this is nothing new. If vocal for local was your main agenda, then Mr. Prime Minister, why you visited 10 times to the America and Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister, 8 times to the America? Why you visited these many times to the United States? If you had vocal for local. Now people understand. You are crying now. Your main agenda was to earn from the outside only. But somehow, somehow, now you are crying in the name of vocal for local. Anyway, what we can say, these are the news that is going. I was saying, Madam Sushma Swaraj, she was foreign minister for 5 years, and she went around for 31 times. In 5 years, 31 times means around how much? It will be once in two years. Once in 2 years he went. Once in 2 months. But this person 3 times in 1 month means their motto to get money as far as Indian government is concerned, the way that their mentality, the way Mr. Tenzing in Bhutan is saying, the motto of Indian government does not look like the way they are now. That we are autonomous, we will become autonomous, because your history is not showing that. You were doing exactly opposite to become autonomous. This is what he is saying. You were doing exactly opposite to become an autonomous country. Okay, now how come you will become autonomous? Means foreign minister is away from the country 3 times in a month. Prime Minister has visited, I believe, 170 or 180 country in past 11 years. These are their history that is showing. Now all of a sudden, autonomous, autonomous, autonomous. Anyway, we are waiting and watching. Day after tomorrow, 50% full tariff will be imposed on India. Then we will see what will be the rhetoric, what will be the tone of Indian ministers after that. Because after that, the actual tightness will start on India. Right now, it is 25%, more or less similar to other countries only. After this, actual tightness will start, and then after that, 31st August and 1st of the September, SCO meeting is going on. Historic SCO meeting. I am not saying that. Everyone who is visiting the SCO meeting preparation in Tianjin, China, everyone is saying this is the historical arrangement going on in China, Tianjin for the SCO meeting. What is in mind of Mr. Putin and what is in mind of Mr. Xi Jinping? That has to be seen, and how India would kind of we can say that they will correlate with them. How India would would relate with them, or I would say how India would interact with them. This is what everyone would see upon.